No, just fall.
Let's hope to Christ this works.
Oh, it was perfect. You were perfect.
Oh, God, I gotta go.
Wait. Aren't you gonna stay for the trophy?
Sorry, Amber. Got my own trophy to win.
I'm saying you're a football player. It's in your blood.
That's racist.
Your soul.
That's racist.
Your eyes.
That's gay.
That's homophobic.
That's black.
That's racist.
Damn.
Oh, it was the wrong one. It plays, still plays though.
So funny they made him a quarterback for that.
Troy the Wonder Boy.
Just like the least athletic person they could have had. And they're like, yeah.
That's also been a big fun part of the 30 Rock rewatch is how much influence did he have at any
Trying
point.
to pick out whatever he might have written. And then he has like two cameos.
Now that the cameos I know, but the writing stuff does feel a little bit now that we're more like engaged with his stuff. I feel like I do see where there could have been some of the stuff there.
He has an incredible run. I mean, the lowest point of his career is probably his rapping, and that's not that bad. So
yeah, I wouldn't.
You're sure it's not a stand-up where he only had one special?
Okay, yeah, stand-up. I think he smartly said that's not for me.
I still thought it was a good stand. It's
okay,
a decent one,
but it's also like it's
think...
funny because it's him, which is a weird way to go into. Like if you didn't know him before, I don't know how funny his stand-up would be.
It just felt like doing stand-up while releasing serious music albums was going to be a strange juxtaposition. So I think he chose to really do that, and then the Atlanta stuff naturally kind of allowed him.
Being one and done, or I think he had two stand-up specials. Oh, so no, he had a small one. He had a small one, or Comedy Central had basically you go in there for like a 10-15 minute set, and then after you're done, another comedian would come in, and that would be the episode, right? And then he had the standalone special, and that's it. That's all you have for Donald Glover, the comedian.
As far as stand-up,
yeah. The comedic writer, though, that
incredible actor, pretty good. I like him.
Absolutely. And then, some people, this music is polarizing for a lot of people. I enjoy it for the most part.
Definitely enjoy the newer stuff. I think the rapping was fine, but it wasn't great. And then the newer stuff is more fun.
They can never make me hate because of the internet.
I thought because the internet was just supposed to be funny. Like I didn't understand why. I thought people really liked that album. It's funny.
I do.
Yeah, I like them all. I don't know. There's some level of it where
his pop sensibilities are very underrated.
That's fair.
But he just never decided to go fully into pop like that.
Yeah, I guess I just prefer his metaphorical voice better in his other styles of music.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. But anyway, we're talking about football.
Football,
and more specifically, preseason football. Everybody's favorite what ifs and whatnots, and
I got to watch a whole game of a backup quarterback. That was a low key fun. It wasn't, it was kind of fun. Like,
I mean, listen, that guy has a fucking rocket, and the problem is every throw is a laser throw.
Exactly. It was actually really funny. It really didn't feel too much removed from the last guy we were just doing this with. But beyond the Cowboys of it all and everything, I think it is fun because specifically for my franchise, I've had so few quarterbacks recently. And so how many people have actually seen play quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys feels very finite. Compared to
you get the year where Romo or Dak gets hurt, then you get to cycle through like Whedon and
anytime it's happened, it's almost been the worst version of the cycle for sure. And so like there have been a couple of years where you have to watch some really hilarious players in that position. But for the preseason, it doesn't matter. This is just for funsies, and so it's nice to see somebody going out there and just piss missile after piss missile after piss missile. after piss missile after piss missile after piss
It
missile.
definitely satisfies a certain guy in the fandom who's like, just chuck it, just throw it deep.
And he threw it so deep one time he got CD Lamb caught up with the camera with the referees and got penalized.
I forgot to clip that off. That's a funny video.
One.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully that
He's
doesn't
gonna be a
hurt
preseason
CD.
legend.
I hope so. I hope they keep, and honestly, that was what all of that to say. I want more teams to just invest in a backup quarterback and then just play him. Greer eventually played, but it was because there was a little bit of a scare that there was an injury. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you have to have a quarterback who's been around at least 8 years for them to do that. But
Milton hasn't been around that long.
no, I mean Dak.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know not everybody can do
invest in
it.
that type of.
Not everybody can do it, but like if you're in a position where like you do have the long-term starter and you're just kind of rolling out whoever's auditioning, I do feel like giving him the full preseason game is a good idea.
100%.
Because at least
Well,
Milton, you're like, I kind of get that there's a lot, you know. I get.
it's like I saw that meme was like from what is it, Moneyball, the movie?
Yeah.
They're like, there's Joe Milton. There's this guy with unbelievable physical traits and a cannon of an arm. The only downside is he can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
The only downside is he doesn't understand how to take the
Touch.
velocity down at all.
Oh no, there's no touch on that
And
at
it's
all.
so funny too because you can tell it's a real problem because he had a touchdown that he missed and it was like a perfect little fade throw, easy money, but he overthrew it and he didn't overthrow it by like sailing it. He just literally the ball looked perfect. It was just with too much force and
So you
power.
just need him. You need him in
Well,
the.
you know what,
you need
that-
him to just come in a couple times a game, throw a screen to CD because he can get it there faster than any other quarterback, and then he's got an extra half second to run.
Had me cracking up. But yeah, no, I think good for them and good for all the Cowboys fans that are going to go to pregame. Hopefully he does some throwing the ball long.
Listen, aside from that, the guy also just the amount of interceptions that he could have thrown, but the defense just can't hold on to those.
Yeah, those guys aren't trying to catch that every day. That's
Well,
for
but
sure.
they just have to be patient with him because he's also going to give him a shot. You know, he's going to give him 50-50 balls.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they can
Yeah,
keep
and I
up
mean,
with the
he did-
receiver for 80
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah.
He did end up throwing a pick and a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah,
he did both.
he was fine. The defense looked atrocious, but I mean, I don't know what to rate. I don't even know who was playing.
I mean, it's the first
I didn't know most of those players, if I'm being honest.
I'm waiting.
first preseason game. You never know who's actually going to go out there.
I'm waiting for JJ McCarthy to start a regular season game to have any eyes on
Did
him.
he play already?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm kind of sworn.
How does he feel about
him-
never mind. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
So Sheduer Sanders is a first ballot MVP kind of player. We agree now?
Yeah, so we're starting the overreactions hot with this one, aren't we? Sheduer Sanders had a really nice game.
Still fourth on the
And-
depth chart.
Yeah.
Still for the depth
He had a
chart.
great
And then
game
hurt
against
himself
twos
in
and
practice
threes.
earlier today,
Oh, I
or
see.
as of this recording, he hurt himself.
Hurt himself
So the
like
main-
LeBron did after J.R. Smith fucked up.
They
So,
they
Oh,
did
that
a
depth
really
chart.
they did classic like clickbait on the way they presented it,
Nice.
where they're
I
like,
love
he
it.
will be out for the remainder of today's sessions.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Oh my god.
It's an oblique injury. I don't know exactly what happened, but
Well, I mean, whatever, dude. It's not like the Browns are a serious team this year. They're
I mean,
gonna
Joe
go
Flacco's
through-
going to start this year, and he's like
And-
71 years old.
It
So
makes me feel like the Browns are going to start hot, and then there's just going to be a really funny carousel of quarterback play that inevitably takes them into wild card status at best.
that would be really funny.
it's going to be tough.
I don't know, bro. Like they're really competent, but then the quarterback position is just so funny. So it's like you have to imagine they'll get a little bit. Like I would just imagine Flacco's competent, and then Pickett they turn to Pickett, and the Pickett spigot goes off and on. Then you have the real battle between who gets the garbage time out of the Gabriel and Sanders look.
Dude, Gabriel's so bad he didn't even play in the preseason. I think
He was also injured though. I think there's an injury. I don't
Yeah,
know. I mean, I don't know.
I
They
haven't
just
heard,
forgot he's there.
I think they claimed
Yeah,
injury
man.
there.
That guy is the biggest waste of a second round pick that I think I can remember.
Trey
Because
Lance?
I don't even- Yeah, he was a second. I'm pretty sure he was a second round pick.
Trey
yeah,
Lance?
and listen, he is no. So Trey Lance was a first round pick.
These are
And I get the
Trey
I
Lance,
get
the good
the
old
idea
fashioned
about.
bust. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good old fashioned bust.
I thought he was a
But
second.
here's the thing with all busts, like you could see why they made the pick most times.
You still could with
With
Lance the whole time.
With Dylan Gabriel, you can't see it because he does not have a single trait that you're like, damn, that's a trait worth investing a second round pick on. There's not. He doesn't have size, speed, quickness, athleticism, accuracy, arm strength, anything. This guy sucks. And they took a second round pick with him, and I'm like, that's crazy work by the Browns. But hey, it wouldn't
What if he's
be
a
the Browns
winner?
if they didn't do something that's
I'm
ridiculous.
gonna say it's not even. This can't even be in their top 10 worst quarterback drafts.
It could, but not because of where. Okay, like yeah, you could be like, hey, these first round picks that they've had were terrible, like Johnny Manziel and whatnot. But again, at the time there was logic with certain picks. There was no logic with this pick. It was just a fuck it. Just
I think what we were told.
let's just make this
I think what
kid's
we were
dream come
told is the
true.
logic for Manziel was a homeless guy had told him to draft him.
Wait, sure, yeah, but like even
Well,
then,
Johnny was
I
the
think he
youngest
had, like,
Heisman winner. Yeah.
and he had an electric college career, and you could see that there were certain things that could translate to the NFL. Not that they were going to,
Did they?
but you could see certain things.
If they had
on
never
tape,
talked
right?
to him once, maybe if they were only watching film.
Oh man,
I
even
mean, but
then,
this
like
is
the
a
film,
similar
like,
conversation to why people are asking how did Sheduer fall ultimately. Now that we've seen him at least look very confident.
yeah, like how did Dylan Gabriel rise? That's the real question that I think everybody should be asking,
Well,
except Sheduer Sanders.
Do you think
Because we
he
saw-
can? Do you think he can humanize fatherhood one day? You know what I mean? Do you think he can?
No.
Do you think he
I don't
can
think he's gonna
be-
pull a Tim Tebow and
you know?
humanize what it means to be a dad. Because because of Tim Tebow, now dads everywhere are no longer looked as some like
Yeah.
fucking creature from some like Lovecraftian tale. No, now they can be looked as fucking people.
So
That's the
Patrick
stupidest
doesn't
thing.
understand the chronically online reference.
No,
Oh god, it was the dumbest thing.
I
One of
believe
the
it
dumbest
was. I
things I've
believe
seen.
it
Tim
was
Tebow, the
either.
minor league baseball player.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was either a conservative thing, a grifter, or someone who's more or less innocently playing along those lines. I would say innocent, as in they probably just find the same topics interesting and may not actually be political, but
Okay.
are politically
Podcast
adjacent.
hosts.
Something like this, and it was a headline of Tim Tebow announcing that he was going to be a father or having a kid or whatever the situation was, and it said Tim Tebow is humanizing fatherhood.
Which is just the funniest fucking way to phrase that. I was like, wait, what do you mean? I didn't know fathers were all
Fathers were
goblins.
down bad,
Which
dude.
we should laugh at this person, but we should also acknowledge that there's a great chance that this was just a classic case of not reading the artificial intelligence prompt that you entered in.
And we're sure it wasn't satire.
It could have been satire, honestly. Very well. Very well could have.
Gosh.
It's harder,
Oh,
harder and
I can
harder,
only
more
hope it
difficult
was
to tell
satire.
these days.
But it looked a little all shucks to me.
That's
That
classic
man, he's
Tebow.
humanizing what it means to be a dad. Look at him. Shucks. Anyway, but yeah, as far as Sheduer played, though, he played really good. He played well. The thing is, for anybody who's a Sheduer fan, it was a lose-lose situation for the Browns if he played well and if he didn't play well. Because if he plays well, well, now, like, it's a lose-lose in the sense that there's going to be pressure on the Browns to start him. And then if he didn't play well, it was a lose for Sheduer Sanders because now you just, confirmed everybody's concerns of why you fell in the draft. And so there was nothing he could have really done in this game to really just challenge for that starting spot. But there was a chance for him to just go ahead and solidify himself as QB number 3, which I think he did pretty well. Tyler Huntley played all right as well. But here's the thing. We've already seen enough Tyler Huntley in the NFL. He is not good, and he probably will not last. So even though he has a Pro Bowl to his name, which is still the funniest thing in the whole world. Besides Tim Tebow, humanizing fatherhood of all things.
Damn Tebow.
And the Matt Flynn contract.
Yeah, that one's pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's a tale from a different era. Tale of a different era. We're just talking about right in this era of football. Now, Here's the next overreaction that we have for the preseason, or at least that I have for overreaction. We have a Hall of Fame kicker now. That's right. Cam Little drilled a 70-yarder. Look at that shit. It still had room. It still had room. It's not like it just cleared the bar. No, that guy could have probably made it from about 72 yards. If I'm measuring that right in my head from when the guy who caught it. That was crazy. All right. And for anybody who says, well, it's it'll go down as a preseason record. No, fuck that. NFL, look at me. Roger Goodell, you sad sack of shit.
They can't see you. Give it a second.
Look at me. Look at me. That should count. That should hold the record. I don't care that it's preseason. No one's ever made a 70-yard field goal in the history of the NFL, pre, post, reg season. It should just be the record. All right. Put that ball in the Hall of Fame, and then if anybody ever eclipses that, take that ball, chuck it in the trash, and just be like, now this is the new record. All right. Cam Little, you are now the most valuable Jaguar on the team because you're probably going to be the reason the team scores and can score from literally 70 yards away.
What's especially wild is, so yeah, that's done basically at sea level. And if you watch at the very beginning, look at those flags. They're not really moving at all. So he doesn't have wind behind him.
No, that's
he didn't do that in
leg.
Denver. He did that in freaking Jacksonville.
Yeah, what's the elevation level in Jacksonville? Let's
12.
see. Jacksonville elevation.
I'm at 16 feet.
16 feet. Look at 16 feet above sea level. That's crazy.
So yeah, basically not.
Yeah, the elements were, I guess, in that way working against him.
Just no boost, really.
No boost. The man just can drill a 70-yarder. Imagine what he can do in Denver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If Jacksonville ever gets to play a Mexico City game, imagine what he could do there with the elevation is even higher.
You had a
How is it
quarterback
in
take
England?
a knee at the 1, let him kick a 99.
No.
What'd you say?
How is it in England? It's actually great that the Jags got him. The London Jaguars, dude. They get a kicker.
I don't know if London.
London-
I would assume it's like
London
center.
elevation.
Bro, his jersey's going to go nuts over there.
36 feet London.
36, but so not great. It will not matter. But hey, if things don't go well as a Jacksonville Jaguars kicker, maybe the cons look at him like, hey, we still technically have a soccer team. If you want to try your leg out on that, there you go. But yeah, no, Cam Little, you have the highlight of the preseason. I don't think there's anything that's going to top that.
That's the highlight of all preseasons.
Yeah, 70 yards. That's a highlight of a career, honestly, for any kicker. Like, you made a game-winning kick. Yeah, I booted one from 70 yards in a game. Doesn't matter if it was preseason. There was actual people trying to stop me from making that kick.
Matters to the book, unfortunately, for him.
It should. And as far as I'm concerned, it does count. You know what? It's like the Reggie Bush Heisman. All right? You could tell me that he doesn't have the Heisman, but we all saw him win it. We saw him receive the award. It's there. It's in our memories. You're not going to semantics your way out of this one, buddy. Okay? So, Cam Little, congrats. You are the league's most valuable kicker right now because you are proof of concept that 70 yards can be made in a game.
Let's hope.
Will he continue to do it? Who knows?
It feels like one of those things where all of a sudden there'll be like one guy, and then within a few weeks we'll have like 3 or 4 somehow.
Hey man, that would be cool.
I'm telling you, this is a new era. The less quarterbacks are going to make less money, kickers are going to make more money. The future of football.
The future
We're
of the
going to
ball.
bore the sport.
Put some flags on them already.
We're going to get Britain's going to get super excited about it. America's going to slowly start hating it more and more. It's going to be fucking hilarious.
Hell yeah. All right. Now, gentlemen, does anybody have anything else from the first week of preseason that they wanted to bring up before we move on to some notable injuries?
I'm aware it happened.
Yeah, I honestly,
Okay, cool. Yeah, no,
I'm excited for the season. So this is like this is my okay, countdown clock starts now.
No, absolutely. As it should be.
It was weird to see football. It was like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
right. Where
Here
it just you go from nothing, not really paying attention to what's going
didn't watch
on.
the
And now all of a
Renegades this
sudden-
year?
Then watch what?
The Renegades.
Yeah, no, I'm not watching fucking B tier CTE.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. Even though they
C
were
tier, really,
one of the-
C tier, because we just got college football.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
Even though we should acknowledge the Renegades for bringing the title magic back to the DFW that the Rangers capitalized on by winning the World Series, I respect
Yeah,
that.
I'm crediting the local bowling team for winning a championship as well. It helped the Rangers.
Everything helps, man, because look,
Stars
ever
are just
since
around
then,
the corner, guys.
What else has happened? the Mavs fucking biffed it in the finals, and then they set themselves back a couple years, and then Cowboys are a
The
dysfunctional mess,
Mavs,
so.
the Mavs did a Russian nesting doll with another white boy basketball star. They went from Dirk to Luka, and then they popped out a Cooper Flag at the end. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, that is the funniest thing. But we'll say that for whenever the basketball season starts. All right, let me get into these injuries real quick. So Jordan Love is undergoing a procedure on a ligament issue with his left thumb. We'll see what happens with that, but I don't think he will miss any time. The Texans are placing tight end Brevin Jordan on season-ending injury reserve due to a knee injury that he suffered this past Monday. So speedy recovery to that guy. Don't know much about him. We have Jets QB Tyrod Taylor, backup quarterback, underwent arthroscopic knee surgery and will miss the remainder of the preseason. He will probably be ready to back up Justin Fields in week 1.
He's not trying to play that game anyway.
Yeah. Brandon Allen, backup quarterback of the Titans, had to leave practice because he got a boo-boo.
Shit happens.
Shit happens. That is it for that. And then Nick Benito, Broncos outside linebacker, hurt himself in a game against the 49ers. Probably won't be missing any significant time from that.
No big ones still?
No big ones
Yeah,
still.
it's really good.
Yeah, I got a big one.
We do have a big one regarding the Eagles, but I'll say that for a little bit after I get to this part, just because they haven't said anything.
The Vikings lose Rondale Moore for the year, which isn't the biggest name in the world, but the fact that we're already down
counts.
wide receivers 1 and 2 for the first 3 games.
Oh shit, Rondale. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys' injuries are anything more than offensive linemen, which is only relevant because they have a bunch of young guys that need to play.
That's fair. And then because let's see, and then Landon Dickerson, he had an injury scare, but last I read that it wasn't super serious. Let me pull this up very quickly. All right, so he suffered a right knee injury during a practice where he got carted off the field, and now he's going to undergo what is deemed a minor surgery on his right knee, and is not expected to miss more than a few weeks. So probably something very similar to Tyrod Taylor's arthroscopic knee surgery, where it's just a
He's sitting out for solidarity because Micah's going to have to be doing a sit-in during that.
That would be very, very funny. But yeah, I think the idea was he had a torn meniscus, but he has a minor meniscus injury. So we'll see what happens. I'm really hoping that he just sits out just long enough to be fully healed up, and then we can keep going because the Eagles can churn out offensive linemen like it's no one's business. Last but not least, in my preseason news, at least regarding Week 1, the Buffalo Bills have reached a deal with 2-time Pro Bowl running back James Cook on a 4-year, $48 million contract extension. My guy is going to get paid some decent money because $30 million of that 48 is guaranteed. The most guaranteed money for a running back in the last 5 years. That's got crazy. Shit.
That makes sense.
Right. Well, good for you, James. Good for you, James Cook. And yeah, that is all I got. Bethke, we're going to take it to the days of your Cowboys' lives.
Well, I think we have one last major NFL note for the week.
Oh, yeah, the statue. Do we have to talk about Brady's statue?
It was kind of cool because they made it stupid big.
And I didn't clip it off because it's like it just looks like a statue. Like it's not funny in a bad way or anything.
It's just massive. That's kind of funny.
I mean,
it's a big ass statue, bro.
How big is that statue again?
Dude, it was big enough to base. I think Tom Brady comes up to it's like ankles, dude.
No way.
Yeah, it's a 12-foot statue.
Okay.
Okay, maybe it was a little.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Okay, but like the statue itself is on like a stand
But
of some
12
sort.
feet.
So the statue itself is 12
Oh, the full
feet, and
statue is
then-
12. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, not including what it's
Still,
being
it's not
placed on
small
top of.
for sure. It's well earned, I feel like. I mean,
Yeah,
No,
for sure. But, like,
definitely well earned. What do you mean?
it's unfortunate for him that his division sucks. This is kind of a double-edged sword. That his division sucks so bad. All he can do is like talk shit to the Jets of all teams because the Dolphins and Bills didn't even register for him as teams he was playing.
Yeah. And the Jets were only just because it's more of the lore than it is the
I mean, they went to 3
competition.
straight AFC championships during his career.
Yeah, which is solid,
straight?
but they were
3 straight.
3. I think they were 3.
The Sanchez.
Yeah.
What, the Jets? They made it 2, right? I thought
At
they
least
made it
2.
Oh,
I think they fucked
2001,
around
right?
and did 3, dude.
Well, I'm talking about the ones with Sanchez. I think it was at
Bart
least 2 in a
Scott?
row.
Sanchez was 2.
Okay.
Sanchez was
I
2,
couldn't
and I
remember if they
think
got
there
a
was
third
one
one.
in like the Chad Pennington years.
Yes,
Mm.
probably.
Or is it Vinny Testaverde? It was
That
one.
would make more sense to me. But
Vinny Testicle Verdes.
all I remember about
Um,
Chad Pennington is drunk Joe Namath on ESPN being like, I don't give a damn, Chad Pennington. And he tells, I can't remember which female sideline reporter is. He's just like, I want to kiss you.
It was kissing Susie Cobbler because they made a website about it. That
So
was like an
funny.
early sports bullshit blog.
Yeah, that would have been an awesome auto-tune remix if it
incorrect.
came out at that time.
Fact checked here. So technically, the Jets during the Tom Brady era, they only went to 2 AFC.
yeah, like 0809 or something.
2009,
They appeared in
2010.
the playoffs, which is more than the other 2 teams did during that span,
That is indeed correct.
except for the Wildcat year, right?
I think they started hot, but I don't know if they even made the playoffs. I think it got snuffed out pretty quick, but maybe they did get a full year out of it
That
before.
was a solid group. I
Oh,
think
the
Pennington
Dolphins?
was
Oh,
also
yeah.
their quarterback.
Chad Pennington was.
Jesus.
Wait, no,
I think he was a quarterback.
no,
of
he
the-
was their quarterback after the Wildcat phase. Because if I remember correctly, the
Yeah, he's not
Wildcat
running.
phase came in during
Yeah, but that was how
the Dante Culpepper years.
07, does that sound right?
No, it was Nick Saban, the first Nick Saban year, or the second Nick Saban.
Saban ran the Wildcat in the NFL.
Saban went in the Wildcat in the NFL. People don't remember this.
It was his staff, but I think it was an different offensive coordinator that like engineered it.
Either way, Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown
Right.
were tearing the league up
Oh, I remember.
because that fed into my Ricky Williams agenda during that time.
Yeah. So who's the quarterback though? What was it? Was that Pennington?
I want
I
to
was
say it
pretty
was
sure it
Joey
was
Harrington.
Pennington that year. No, I think Harrington was part of that.
Joey Harrington
rotation.
was a he was the backup, but
Here we go. I got you. Sorry. QB.
it was.
Oh,
it was
that's
the
free agents.
2008.
I was like, I've never heard of this person in my life.
Oh, I guess it was the year after Nick
Chad
Saban.
Henne,
Okay, never
Chad
mind.
Pennington, Josh McCown, John Beck.
There you go. Oh my God,
I
what a
don't know
terrible
who
road.
started how many games.
John Beck.
Yeah, what a
John Beck goes
that's-
on to be like the quarterback guru of a generation too, which is a funny little bit of lore.
that is
I
true.
remember that.
He continued the long line of BYU quarterbacks that enter the league and just absolutely aren't shit because they're old and were just picking on kids in college.
Oh
Ayo?
shit, that was Tony Sperano.
Ah, Tony Sperano. That makes sense.
Sperano.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
Right? Didn't he pass
Yeah.
away not that long ago?
Yeah.
Darren
he
O'Day
did.
on the fucking mound right now, brother.
Oh day, oh day, oh day,
I'm
oh
telling
day.
you. So yeah.
There you
Tom Brady has a statue and it's big and he's Tom Brady.
And he's Tom Brady.
Ooh.
And with that, I'm going to pass the rock off to Jacob Bethke to tell me about the days of the Cowboys' lives.
Honestly, this one
Like sands
was
through the hourglass.
Because this was news to me. I only saw this earlier today. So
well, it's news,
I don't-
but it's not news. It's been around. I don't know how long necessarily. Oh, okay, yeah. June 2010 is the diagnosed process. So over the next 10 years, basically, Jerry had been dealing with cancer. So if I think this is an important and funny thing to mention because it's like, good on you for surviving. Whatever, cancer's bad. Hopefully, whatever helped him can
Hot
help other
sports
people.
opinions.
Yeah, but it coincides with a couple of funny things. Like 2010 is just before the propaganda story with Manziel, right? This is very close to that timeline. So it does feel like part of this could have been more evident in retrospect because we saw Steven take bigger parts of running the team, which makes sense with someone being treated for cancer, especially when it got to stage 4.
Yeah.
So this was obviously a big deal, and I think there was a lot of aging in this decade for Jerry that was incredibly obvious compared to even the 2000s. This past decade, I feel like he looks what he should look in 2025. But last decade, it did feel like he aged quite a bit.
I think he looks pretty good for his age.
Yeah, but I felt like he went from still sort of looking young in the 2000s to
quick catch up. Yeah,
Crypt Keeper the fuck out, like Max Crypt Keeper, and I mean, obviously now we realize why. So all that to be said, as much as I, should probably feel a different way, I'm not even going to take it in the Super Bowl way and I can be petty. I'm just going to give you the fact that I think is the funniest about this is I thought that Jerry brought this out because of Micah. I thought Jerry brought this out because whatever, it's the start of the season. Silly me. Why did I forget? Of course, this is the big reveal to his Netflix documentary that just came out. So there you go. If you want to know more, watch the Dallas Cowboys documentary that is coming out next week, I think is what they said.
Yeah, I don't know if they're dropping it all at once or not. I know that they did like their premiere a couple nights ago out in California in LA for the first episode. So I believe it's Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's Netflix. So
I'm gonna watch it.
Netflix is gonna have the Cowboys documentary. I also watch
it's a Jerry documentary, right?
Is there a difference in the two at this point? And so, yeah, I would say that's probably all there is to that story. It doesn't really have as much to do with distracting from Micah at all as you might usually suspect of Jerry. It's just simple promotion.
He's been quiet this training camp so far.
Well, he started with the middle finger, so that was hot. He started hot.
I don't even know if I heard audio from him after the first game.
And he's since had obviously arguably his best player request a trade.
He's talked since then.
He has talked. It seems like all of his words are very boring. Stuff like, there's no timeline when you're on a contract is exactly what he said, I think. There is no timeline for talks whenever you have a contract. Yeah. So Michael Parsons' issue is really no closer to being resolved than it was last week. No shock there. My guess is that it probably doesn't get done until leading up to Philadelphia or hilariously enough, he does not play for week 1. But I wonder
if he has the stomach for that.
It's a lot to bite, and I think Micah's probably smart enough to know that if he just, play the games, get the fuck out when it's your choice to do it. Because at this point, I don't know. Maybe they trade him mid-season if it blows up in a really bad way and he's playing well, but I don't know what. If you're looking at him, how stubborn they are, but you also know they're going to break. So I don't know.
What are they going to do? Let you go somewhere else?
They might, but I don't know if they would. Yeah, that's ultimately they're ready to play the legal game to just basically keep you stuck there. So he will have to force his way out if he chooses to leave the Cowboys. But I think realistically, he'll just end up getting paid his money. They haven't signed anybody else to a max extension like that. They've done that the last couple off seasons. And so usually it's like one guy per year gets paid what he's owed. They can't do them all at once. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid they just lock down some motherfuckers when it's convenient.
Where they're all lower.
Yeah, they got to do it one at a time. So that's just the way it rolls. Yeah, I think that days of our Cowboys is heating up, but I don't know. I don't know what this team is going to look like this year. We got an interesting quarterback room in the ways of talent / youth / injury / personality. And then you got an offensive line that is an amalgamation of an idea, of a thought, of a plan.
But hey, they're all taking free throws, playing paintball.
You got running backs who, one of them, the rookie seems fun and interesting. But then you got and two of the rookies, actually. Both of your rookies are interesting. We didn't get to see one. We got to see Maffa, and he was really fun. That was the 7th rounder. So hopefully he ends up getting one of these mediocre guys cut. But you just got a lot of mid at the running back position, and you're really hoping that you hit on 2 sleepers there. Receiving stuff is fun. I mean, that's cool. Like, Ferguson comes back healthy. You have Ferguson. You have the 2, top-end wideouts. That's kind of the dream everybody has. So that's fun. Hopefully that's not awful. Dak probably puts up decent numbers, but yeah, who's playing the defensive tackle position? I mean, the pass rusher stuff is interesting. The Boston College kid is getting a lot of hype, so that'd be cool if we had just like a really sick pass rusher to throw with Micah, even if this is just the last season of Micah or whatever. But linebackers are more interesting and exciting than they've been probably for a decade. And that's about it.
No way.
No, I know. It's not a high bar to clear, but that is notable.
You're thinking that it's more exciting than having LVE doing the wolf celebration?
LVE was really supposed to change this world, but
Sean Lee was pretty exciting.
Was fucked up. Sean Lee was really exciting. Sean Lee was definitely better, but it's just one of those things where I think they invested into the position more, and so there's just more interesting athletes that they can throw out there, and who knows who will actually end up playing. That's the problem, though, is like it is like even the most positive optimist side of being a Cowboys fan, or just taking the brand and logo off of it and looking at it as an independent roster. Lot of question marks to be considered. This is also allegedly one of the good years, if we're doing the good year, bad year cycle. This is supposed to be a good year, but that doesn't necessarily mean number 1 seed. That could just mean winning a shitty NFC East or something, So it'll be interesting to see. I feel like I have almost no read on what this Cowboys team is going to do this year, and that's kind of exciting, but also just the norm.
Fair enough. Well, we're moving on from the Cowboys to a more cheerful topic, I'd say, in the Minnesota Vikings.
A more cheerful topic, though. There it is. A more cheerful topic.
Yeah, well, I would say that was a decent transition. That's a good segue. I give myself a B-.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, Patrick, take this away. Because I got no thoughts on
I'm
this.
so confused what the story is.
Beg Kevin Sorbo back right now.
So
the guy who made out with another guy in the parody of 300? Yeah, he was really upset that there's a male cheerleader.
Yeah, I guess the Vikings have a male cheerleader this year, and someone reported on
so
that.
he's the head cheerleader, I believe, is part of the controversy. And I think another unfortunate
that means you're just gonna get everyone mad at you, right?
Huh? I guess so. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's funny that not every team even has cheerleaders. Outside of the Cowboys, no one knows about any of the other ones. You're just guessing if they have one or not. I know the Vikings do because I watch their games. No one. Okay, that's not true. There's a percentage of people, I guess, that go to games to watch them, and I think that's predominantly other cheerleaders, and then a few sleazeballs. But even now, I don't think that has the same draw that the '60s had when you didn't have TV and internet and a smartphone.
That's fair.
I don't know, man. I don't think they need to have any cheerleaders. I don't care who they are. I think it's a weird industry, but
yeah, I mean it's dance though. It's a part of the
I'm not saying they should be fired. I'm just saying it does nothing for me on the sports aspect.
Yeah. Does
it really?
Because at least
really bring anything to the overall sports entertainment
in
aspect?
high school and college? the cheerleaders are actually leading cheers technically.
Right.
Yes.
Whereas in the NFL now they moved into the full dance squad.
So would you
It feels it's
prefer?
more ingrained into the culture too of high school football and college football.
Would
And
you
I mean, obviously that
prefer
works
if,
better when you only have 100 or 1,000 people versus 100,000 people.
What if we mic them up and then like one of them is the lead singer, and instead of licensing out music,
Yes, I would love
we
that.
have.
If the Rangers would just let the mariachi guys play the whole game, that would be better than
I'm
anything they're
talking
doing
about.
right now.
I'm talking about like American Idol like starlet leading the whatever normal cheer
Yeah, she's-
squad, but she's singing
But
"Welcome
she's-
to the Jungle" as soon as the game starts.
Yes.
That's funny.
I would
Okay,
rather-
that's a good bit. That's a good bit. I don't know what the shelf life on that would be.
What about
I would pay for that.
Thunderstruck?
Yeah.
And then
if
at
they
the
can
end of
do
the
it.
game, when the Cowboys win, she's like, hold up, we them boys.
Yes.
Hold up,
Yes.
we them boys.
All right. So this kind of reminds me of something that's in Japanese idol culture. I think they have something similar. Where in sports games, I'm not entirely sure about
An
that
MC?
though.
I would argue that maybe a sports game could use an MC, but not all of them.
No,
Like basketball, they tried it in the All-Star game, and that actually was they did it badly. But
it worked for
I mean, the
NBA
Mavericks have
Streets
an
Volume
MC.
1 and 2.
which
Yeah.
one?
NBA Street Volumes 1 and
No,
2.
and I think if you did a more street inspired, with just one person doing it, you could make it work.
They tried to do it on the what is it called, the Tomorrow Golf or whatever, and didn't play for me. I think it might have been DJ Khaled, which probably didn't help.
Yeah. Oh my god, they're so cringy.
no.
Jesus Christ.
But,
one. Tease off.
Yeah, man. So what are we gonna do to get that actor back on the mat on the Viking side?
Okay.
So yeah, either way, it's pretty funny. And then I think there's also like this funny part of it to where this is like a really pretty dude where he like gets himself very glammed up and everything. So now it's like diving into the whole culture war of men encroaching into women's things, and it's just a nice little honey hole, and it's for all the people whose brains have been rotted into oblivion by their cell phones, and that fear
this
is
guy
like,
could easily have a Bravo reality show, apparently.
yeah, no, he's a head cheerleader, like, you know what I mean? Like, you think he doesn't put enough time and effort into his craft,
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think
they just handed it to some
yeah,
guy.
he's a DEI hire because of Trump.
I went and asked, and they just gave me the job. Like, we haven't tried yet.
Sorry, the administration's making us hire more white men for unqualified.
George
white
W.
men for
Bush was a
jobs.
cheerleader in college, right?
Yeah,
Maybe in
that's
high school.
right. He got so roasted for that. Oh my god, wasn't that a King of the Hill episode? Wasn't there? Did they play
I think
on
the
that
thing with
one
King of the
them?
Hill was that he had a weak handshake.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And that really effed with Hank's mind.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's a non-story to me. I didn't know it was a thing until you asked me
it's
about
just
it
funny
earlier.
to talk about because it was because Twitter kind of has these two lives where you unfortunately have this population that Elon's platforming and helping get attention, but then you also have this larger group that's just finding some of the best hits of their dumbassery and then kind of echoing them through the larger chambers of the website, which is a little harmful overall, but I think funny enough to where as long as I'm only getting truly like the fatherhood, humanizing fatherhood or something like this, where I'm truly getting the gold, the best of the outrage culture, as I would like to call it.
Yeah, I just don't think I have this. It's like how I don't like watching Cops. I don't have the stomach for both the fakeness and the realness of it all at the same time.
Yeah, it is a beautiful blend of the two, and it's a roller coaster ride every time.
All right. Well, I think that might wrap us up, unless you guys have any other pressing football details.
No, that's the end of this roller coaster ride. Let's wrap it up and send it home, shall we? Because we'll have more in store next week.
It just ramps up from here.
This is Past the